Hi friends, welcome to the Heart and Honeybee. My name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and indie romance author. And today we are going to flip through the April pages in my planners. So I have my main planning system, my A5, which is what I use for my writing and like content stuff, and then another personal ring planner, which is my journal. So let's see, I'm going to move. This is my happy planner. I am using this for like my tarot stuff. Although what I'm doing has kind of evolved a little bit, but let me know in the comments if you want to see a flip through of my tarot planners. I'd be happy to make that like its own video. But let's get started. So I guess I'll start with the ones that are a little bit less involved. So we will start with the journal and then go into the planners. Okay, I have really been enjoying having my journal in a ring planner. I was a little bit skeptical when I decided to do it, but I actually love the way that it is turning out. So I don't have much like deco or anything in here. I think I mentioned in another video that I was letting all of that stuff develop more organically, or like when I have a chunk of time that I want to sit down and kind of do some paper crafting and whatnot for my journal, I will. But it's not anything that I am really focused on right now. So I decided to go with these lined week on 2-page inserts, very similar to the original Filofax inserts for my, it's sort of just like a daily capture, a little note about what went on that day if I want. I don't, if I miss a day, I miss a day. It's not anything that I'm like super pressed about. I mean, I would rather do it than not, but if I miss a day, it is what it is. So that is what this practice looks like, and I'm very happy with that. It's a very easygoing, simple thing to do, especially if you're just starting to get into journaling and the idea of it is a little bit overwhelming to you. You could do this in a personal rings, you could do it in a pocket rings, you could do it in a TN. If you just want to have a simple weekly where you jot a little note about the day. And then I have my actual memory keeping. So when I started, I had these printables and I was using a vertical week on 2 pages because that's what I was used to doing in my traveler's notebook. So I did that and I really enjoyed it. When I want to do extra space, I can just tip in a blank page with more pictures, which I really enjoy and appreciate, so I don't feel like I have to squish anything down if I don't want to. And then I decided that I had these week on 2-page inserts that I bought from Sterling Ink that I was going to use as like my actual planning pages, and I never really just felt comfortable in them for whatever reason, so I just decided to use them for my memory keeping since they're already dated. This I need to go back and write some stuff and possibly add some stickers. But yeah, it's just a place for me to add pictures, add stickers, write down a little bit about what went on that week. It's not day specific. It's just anything that happens during this week. So this was something that I went to on Friday. It's taking up this whole side because I didn't have a lot of photos or ephemera or anything that I wanted to add. And then I just had this from the first part of the week, which I just put down and threw down some stickers, wrote about it. So that's what the memory keeping part looks like. And then this is the current week, which I tend to print the photos out week by week and then go in and add things. And then I have this little section if I want to do any notes about like any books that I'm reading. I haven't so far because I'm not really reading, which is sad. And then this is my actual journal. So I know I did a video where I created these like dashboards or landing pages, whatever you want to call them. In my journal, I added this piece of vellum that I found in my stash that I printed a long time ago. I love how it looks there. This month I was using the journaling kit from Journaling Home. I didn't use all of the prompts, but I did, if I didn't have anything that I really wanted to journal about that day, then I went back and used some of the prompts in her kit. But it was a really pretty kit for the month. And then we just get into my journaling pages. So I do a day per page, although I think I did two for that. I will probably flip through these kind of fast because I have not like blocked anything out and I'm not sure what I have written down. This was just like a page that I created because I had these two photos that I wanted to kind of talk about. So it wasn't anything that necessarily happened on this Tuesday. I just added it. And then, yeah, I got these really cute stickers from Amazon that I started adding. This is a spread about the Artemis 2 expedition, and I found this really beautiful poem on Reddit, and so I just kind of copied it in here. And then, yeah, more daily pages. I think I skipped this page. I skipped this page. I may go back and just add, I don't know, a bit like a quote or something else. Not quite sure. And then I'm filming this on Wednesday, so I do want to go back and journal for Monday and Tuesday of this week. And then, yeah, I've already started journaling for today. So those are what my journaling pages look like. I bought, I believe this was a B6 and I just took it to Office Depot and had them cut the entire thing down. And they cut down the cover as well, so it's like an actual stology in here. So I'm really enjoying that. So that is my journal for April. And now we move into my A5. So this is what I do all of my goal planning in, information for my book, planning for that, trying to plan out content as I'm attempting to be like more consistent with things and kind of take it a little bit more seriously this year, especially as I'm like launching my books and I really need to build my social media on my author accounts. So this is, you flip through, is this April? Yeah, this, okay, so I have my overall April goals on this grid paper, just a general to-do list, and then sort of laid out all of my goals and priorities for the month here. This insert is from Squared Plans, and then I listed out like all of the videos that I had planned sort of in each category, and then I could keep track of where they were sort of in process, and then once they're posted, I highlight them. And then that was blog posts, and then we get into my monthly calendar, which currently looks like this. So you can see it's messy. This planner is like kind of a working planner. I don't really, I mean, I like to add decorative bits just because the pages are really simple in here, but I'm not precious with the pages. I white stuff out. You can see that. I use pencil. I cross things out. So, and then this is what the weeklies look like. So they're kind of the dashboard weeklies. You can see I have like sticky notes in here, things crossed off. I am trying to use them a little bit more than I have been. So, and then this is the current week. So I am going to do like a setup video setting up my May with my goals and how I set things up for the month and lay everything out. So watch for that. And then finally, we move into my main planning system, which is my personal ring planner. I've been using this Moterm Elite cover, which I really do like, but she's a little bit chunky. The one thing I wish that this had was the double popper and a little bit of a longer strap. But other than that, I love the cover. So this is what the inside looks like. I don't think anything's changed in terms of deco. I did add my task flags back. I don't always use them, but when I need to use them, I like that they're in here. This is my dopamine menu. I just made this on Canva and printed it and laminated it. This I think I found off of Pinterest. I just have family photos in here. I keep saying I'm going to reprint these because they need to be taller, and I haven't. This is my Oracle card for the week. And then this is just like my notes section. I'm thinking that I may thin this out a little bit because I don't use it as much as I always assume I'm going to, and I think I could use the space because this planner is very chunky. I use the monthly inserts from Sterling Ink. I just have sticky notes here. This is the yearly overview. I have not been using my, well, I have been using this. Oh, I need to update this. What is today? I know my blood sugar today was 95. So this is just a yearly overview of my fasting blood sugars, and then I also just have a color code for some of like physical symptoms that I tend to suffer from a lot. I also need to add allergies from yesterday. They were really bad yesterday. I had been using this as like a mood log. You can see that fell off in March. I never picked it back up. And this is how the month is looking in April. So 2 more days, and yeah. And then this is May. So then we get, well, I have my moon phases calendar from Planner Room Shop. I can't cross this off because we had Earth Day. And then we go into my weeklies. So I do have more family pictures, a little bit of collage here, just some deco, and I have been using these week on 2-page inserts from Filofax. These are the pink ones. This is like March into April. You can see, I really like them when they're super full. My problem is we don't have like a ton of stuff going on to make them really full. So I don't know. This is the current week though. Yeah, I've been using stickers because I have them and I'm really trying not to hoard things this year. So this is what April turned out. I'm tempted to, and I pulled them. I don't know if I'm actually going to use them. I also bought the white ones from Filofax. So I'm tempted to go back into these for May, or I don't know. Part of me is thinking I could just use a week on one page through the summer. Where'd that little sticker come from? But I think I'm still thinking about it, so we'll see. Then I just have some notes. A deep cleaning checklist as we're kind of spring cleaning. My daughter and her family are visiting from Hawaii for like a month, and they're staying with us, and I just want to like clean everything because we will have a lot of people in the house. Yeah, and I just want everything as clean and organized as it can be before they get here. And then we go into my daily pages. So I just have some deco here. Did I find this on Pinterest maybe? I either found it on Pinterest or Canva. I can't remember. This is just some lace that I added to a piece of acetate so that I could like layer it in here. Some more collage, and then these are my April pages. So this is from the Journaling Home Kit. Oh, I can't put a sticker down because it is, what do I want to put down? It is April 29th. And I use a monthly insert. It is from Crefective Paper. It is like a TN monthly book, and I just had them customize it for personal rings. So I get like a line a day here. This is where I do my meal planning. April was very sporadic. Fell off of my habit tracker. And then I had been using the 2 extra monthly for content. As you can see, I never went back and filled it in. This is from my year ahead tarot. I just wrote down what the April reading was so that I could refer to it throughout the month. This is from Journaling Home. And then we just get into my daily pages. So this is how they looked. I'm very happy. This is when my daughter called and said that they were definitely coming next month. So excited. So yeah, I will cross things out. I have been adding stickers because I really like using them. Notes that I need to transfer other places. This was from the Journaling Home kit. That was last week, and then these are like these are the last few days of April, so that was yesterday, or I'm sorry, that was Monday. I'm filming this on Wednesday. What day did I say it was? I can't even remember, but this was yesterday, and then this is today. So, and then I have Thursday in here. I will pop these out and archive them in my, I have been keeping them in this extra binder that I had from Michael's a long time ago. So on Thursday, I will pop them out and add them to the archive. And then, yeah, we have my goals section, which I will update soon. And then these are kind of my weekly action steps for the month. This is the current week. And then this is my notes section. Or, yeah, I have more notes on, this is more like goals and like planning notes. And then I have my inbox, which is just like paper and sticky notes. And then that is it. I have some family photos. I have a page lifter with 2 pen loops so that I can have 3. So I can have a gel pen, a ballpoint pen, and whatever highlighter or Tombow that I want to use. And then I just have some stickers in here, my stencil, and then that's the prescription for my glasses. And that is it. So that is how April turned out in all of my pages. I hope that you enjoyed this flip through. Let me know in the comment section how your April went in your planners. Are you considering a change for May? Or are you kind of cruising along and you're not going to mess with it because things are working the way that you want them to? Also, remember, if you want me to do a separate flip of my tarot journals, I would be happy to do that as well. So yeah, thank you so much for spending part of your day hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. If you want to see more from me, don't forget to like the video, subscribe down below, turn on your notifications, do all of the YouTube things, and I will see you in my next video.